activity.
Alright guys, we're going to get started. Welcome to Phil and Jessica's wedding. They're really glad that you could be here tonight and to celebrate their union. And before we get started, they want to let you know that they want you to take lots and lots of pictures tonight. Not only of them, but of each other, having a good time, celebrating, being here. So take lots of pictures, share them on Facebook, emails, etc. I'd like to open with a reading from the book of Ruth, illustrating the spiritual disciplines of partnership and loyalty. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord do away with me, and more if anything, but death parts you from me. I also have a reading just from myself for Phil and Jessica. It's from the prophet. Love gives not, but itself, and takes not, but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love, and must needs have desires, let these be your desires. To melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night. To know the pain of too much tenderness. To be wounded by your own understanding of love. And to bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. Now we're going to move on to the reading of the vows that the couple wrote. Phil and Jessica wanted their loved ones to participate in the reading of the vows. So if they gave you a numbered envelope, please get ready to stand up and read the paper inside when I call your name. And as it was, we'll start with
Random numbers.
random numbers. All right, number 2.
Do you vow to support your partner's pursuit of his or her goals with the same dedication that you give your own, and value his or her accomplishments far more than any reasonable person would?
I do.
All right, number 8.
Do you vow that if the double parachute is obviously not opening, you will make every attempt to land on the bottom?
I do. We both die. But it'll be
a struggle to the death.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7.
Do you vow to never pick a fight with your partner in public or make any insulting comments about him or her in front of any third party? Think about it.
Do it one more time.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Oh, that's not even written down, but that's a dandy.
I will try.
Yeah, I'll try.
That's
all you can do.
will try does not constitute a vow.
This is true.
I do.
Fine. Okay, number 3.
Do you vow to entirely disregard the airline's instructions and help your partner put his or her mask on, even if your own could not first be secured?
I think that would be.
of illness, disability, professional setbacks, financial problems, screaming toddlers, mouthy teenagers, mountains of laundry, high blood pressure, and hangovers?
Okay, number 4.
Do you vow that you will be your partner's best friend, no matter what happens? And that if you ever realize that your friendship is fading, you will do everything in your power to save it?
Number 16.
Alright. Do you vow to be your partner's first line of defense against adversity?
Alright, 17.
You vow to not quit until you've finally figured out what the hell is wrong with the other person.
I do.
Okay, number 1.
Do you vow that if any sort of Cloverfield-type monster appeared and began laying waste to the city, you would journey into the carnage to rescue your partner, even if it meant certain death?
14.
Do you vow to acknowledge your many flaws and limitations and not be resentful of your partner for knowing about them?
Number 6.
Do you vow that if the boat is hit by an iceberg and sinks, that you will share your chunk of driftwood with your partner, maybe in some sort of 5-minute increments? Instead of allowing the other person to needlessly freeze to death.
15.
Do you vow to take a walk and shake it off before the kingdom gets out of hand? I do.
13.
Do you vow to volunteer to do the terrible thing that neither of you wants to do when it's obvious that your other partner just can't handle it? This includes, but is not limited to, getting up to change the baby for the millionth time, putting the dog to sleep, digging through the wreckage, holding your child down to receive stitches, or making funeral arrangements. That was not real.
11.
Do you vow to never make demeaning, misleading, or insulting comments about your partner to your children, no matter what happens between the two of you?
Number 10. Number 10.
Do you vow to deal with your partner's family members, friends, and coworkers with the same level of patience and goodwill that you bring to your own relationships?
Number 12.
Do you vow to create and build, not destroy, every day?
And lastly, number 9.
Do you vow to always give your partner the benefit of the doubt?
All right, thanks everybody for participating. We're now going to wrap it up with the reading of the traditional vows. All right, Phil. Do you take Jessica to be your wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward until death do you part? And Jessica, do you take Phil to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward until death do you part. And with that, I now pronounce you man and wife. It's a kiss.
Okay, I'm gonna put on the funk mix.
You did.